I just saw this story right now, and I'm psyched, man. Finally, someone is gonna go to jail from the banks.
Are you kidding me?
That's what I'm reading right here.
There's been mass criminal immunity for the whole time.
Looks like someone from Bank of America is facing someone who's involved with Bank of America is facing 13 years in prison.
That's
it's amazing.
Stunning. Okay.
Well, let me really quickly. Let's see. Christ! I screwed this up. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Someone from Bank of America isn't facing 13 years in prison. A guy protesting by writing political phrases in chalk outside of a Bank of America is facing 13 years in prison.
That makes a lot more sense.
That makes a lot more sense. My bad, folks. My bad.
Yeah.
San Diego man, Jeff Olson, 40, could face 13 years in jail if he's found guilty of a series of misdemeanor charges, all because he wrote down his opinions on a public sidewalk in chalk. He took his displeasure with the federal bailout of large banks like Bank of America and began chalking slogans like, "No thanks, big banks," and "Shame on Bank of America." Real derogatory, vulgar things you don't want your kids reading.
Oh, no.
I mean, really disturbing the peace here.
Kids get really upset if Bank of America's integrity is called into question.
Yes. I know if I had a son. I mean, I have a cat, and she just will not stand for stuff like that.
So you're taking the kid to the bank to get defrauded by them and a lollipop for your kid, and they see this upsetting thing about the bank.
This lollipop tastes different to me now.
Yeah, it's destroyed.
Yes. He basically wrote these phrases outside of 3 separate Bank of America branches in San Diego. A bank security manager called the city repeatedly to complain about Olson's washable messages, according to Gawker. And the city decided to charge Jeff Olson with 13 counts of vandalism, a misdemeanor. If found guilty, however, of each count, he could face $1,000 in fines as well as a year in prison. Now, this is for each count. So it's 13 years, $13,000. Olson says that his chalk protest was always on city sidewalks, never on bank property, always public property.
Unbelievable.
It was always washable chalk, never crude messages, never vulgar, clearly topical. And the judge says, while free speech, what's the name of this judge? Where is this judge? Judge Howard Shore says that while free speech is protected by the First Amendment, he is barring the amendment from being used as a defense by Olson. And he says the trial will only be about whether Olson is guilty of vandalism or not. Unbelievable. Yes, I know. Ready? It gets even crazier. Here we go. The mayor of San Diego, Bob Filner, has sent a message to the city council president saying this young man is being persecuted for 13 counts of vandalism stemming from an expression of political protest that involved the washable children's sidewalk on a city sidewalk. And he's asking that the case be closed, and he called it a waste of taxpayer money. This is coming from the mayor of San Diego.
Yeah, Bob Filner. He's a relatively liberal guy.
Yes. However, after all this, Howard Shore is really concerned about the media coverage surrounding Olson's trial, so he's placed a gag order on all this.
This judge needs to be removed from the case
So now Jeff Olson can't even speak to the media about this and try to rally some public support.
This is grotesque.
Shore went on to dismiss any notion that Olson would find himself with any serious jail time.
Even if it's a serious fine. San Diego needs to be nationally embarrassed. The mayor needs to be praised and encouraged.
The mayor is obviously
nationally. The mayor needs to keep speaking out, and this judge needs to be nationally shamed and embarrassed. That's disgusting.
It's absolutely disgusting.